I'm coming. Go ahead. They'll probably get all this. So. All right. Well, it says that we are live, so we'll get started here. Thank you to everyone who is coming here. Hold on one second. And meeting us for a quick meeting tonight for camp. So, first of all, we are really excited for camp. And we've been watching some news recently, and if you haven't heard yet, there is some wildfires over in Mazama. So we'll jump right in. So since last week, about a week ago now, I heard first about there was 3 little fires that started over in the Mazama area, just around the corner from camp. And they started from lightning strikes, I believe. There was like 10 or a dozen of them. Anyways, they were really small. I didn't think much of it. And they've just continued to grow. So we've been watching it carefully all week during VBS. Each day I was checking in with their Facebook page, with their incident report page, and then just this morning I finally had a chance to watch that they had recorded this video of a fire meeting they had at the Mazama store. And basically my takeaway was essentially that the fire is really big, it's really hard to contain. They're not going to be able to slow it or contain it to a level that we're comfortable with. So what we've had to do, and what we decided to do today, was to relocate our camp. Now, before I get any further, I wanted to just share with you guys that at the end of this, we're going to take some questions, and so I've got David helping me over here on the computer. Oh, I thought he was going for a high five. So you guys are free to type away and ask any questions. Maybe I missed something, and then if there's some similar ones, hopefully he can put them together, and I'll try my best to answer for you guys. But Mazama, the town over there, is in evacuation level 2, which means it's a voluntary evacuation. There was a camp there just this last week that had an awesome time. They just left this morning. I had a phone call with Dan today, just wanting to just get the final information to make sure I was being informed before making a decision today. I called him because he's on the Dan Trivet. He's on the board for Mazama Bible Camp. And he said he talked to the guy over there. They were just leaving. Today was the only day that they were breathing in smoke, that it was really affecting them. It was hazy all week, but it wasn't really affecting their breathing. But today they really were smelling smoke. And so they left, but we don't think it would be wise for us to go into a place that is in evacuation level 2. And it is, even the fire marshal said yesterday that consider it like a 2.6. It's going to be any moment now. Any of the houses or any of the businesses over there could be ushered into like a level 3, where it's a mandatory evacuation and just absolutely dangerous, right? And we don't want to do that. So we were considering that all week, praying that God would provide. Actually, David was calling around, and he found this place in Long Beach that I want to tell you about. So there's this camp called Ocean Park in Long Beach, and that Long Beach is kind of southwestern part of Washington. It's even further south than Ocean Shores, if you've ever been there. And so this camp, we called, and they said that they have an opening for our week, the July 26th through the 31st, and they have a lodge that can sleep up to 45 people, and we have registered. Well, at the time we had like 47 registered, and so God absolutely worked this out before we were even ready to start calling around. He had a place ready for us. So I called them just to catch up on Thursday, just to touch base and say we're looking at possibly doing this. I'm still following the fires over in Eastern Washington for a few more days, and I was even thinking I was going to make a decision on Monday. But after hearing from the fire marshals and the other staff there up in Eastern Washington, it was clear that the wise thing for us to do is look for somewhere else. So I called them today again. I was able to book with them, and so we're going to be going to Ocean Park Camp. I think it's called Camp and Resort Center or something like that, or Retreat Center. And so I want to show you guys a few pictures of what that looks like. David's got a few pictures of that. I went on their Facebook page this week on Thursday, just trying to check out, kind of like get a feel for what it looks like, what their cabins look like, what their facilities look like. So I wanted to share that with you guys. So yeah, go ahead. He's going to show you some of the pictures. There's some sunset pictures, some pictures of games. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be an awesome opportunity. I hope that you guys, like me, hearing the news of not being able to go to Mazama is sad, right? But because we love Mazama, we wanted to go there, and I was holding out. Hopefully, we were able to go there. But this place looks really awesome. It's going to be really fun. There's a bunch of different things to do. Bonfires. Obviously, the weather is going to be really different, and that's one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about today. You can see everyone wearing sweatshirts there. You can see it's just going to be a completely different climate. It's going to be windy. It's going to be cold. It's not going to be in the 80s or 90s. The highest is going to be 70. Most of the day, it's going to be in the 60s, and at night, it's probably going to get in the 50s. So bring sweatshirts, bring sweatpants. I'm really excited though. It looks like a really awesome place. I was talking to their co-director today, and on Thursday I had several conversations with them, just asking about their facility, their kitchen, the beds, any other cabins that we might be able to use. And we've been working out, Jesse and I were working on like a sleeping arrangement plan for how we could work that out with them. And it's all working out. It's obviously going to be very different, and I hope that you expect that. But just be willing to be flexible, be willing to adjust with us, because everything's going to be different this year. And it's what we have, and I believe God has a plan and a purpose for us, and I hope that you trust that. So I do want to let you know that we are planning on doing most of the stuff that we normally do at camp. So in addition to our chapel services and breakouts and all of those things that we're going to do as a groups, we have a bunch of fun day activities. That's part of what makes camp really fun, is we go out to when we went to Mazama, we would do like Peregrine, and we would do inner tubing, and we would go to the town and shop around Winthrop, right? So we were looking today, David and I were calling back and forth at different opportunities we might have over there, and we found, and he's got some pictures I believe of them, we found a pool rental that we're looking into, hopefully getting that for us. It's a nearby camp that we might be able to rent the pool for the day, kind of use it as like a lake day opportunity for us to get in some water, to play around, to cool off. Well, we won't need to cool off, but like take the place of the lake day, right? We also found this awesome place with a shipwreck. It's called Fort Stevens, and it's got the old the army bases, big fields, lots of trails, a beach. And it's just on the northern side of Oregon, because we're going to be pretty far down there in Washington. So it'll be just a jaunt away for us to go down to this Fort Stevens. And so we're going to check that out. We're going to explore it one day and probably take it like the long beach day that we do, where we leave in the morning and then we come back, before dinner time. So we'll plan to do that and pack lunch up. There's also we go to Winthrop. And so we were looking at some of the places around. There's a cool town called Long Beach, just south of our camp, that we want to go check out. It has the world's largest beach there. Longest beach. So that'd be really cool to go there, explore, and hopefully there'll be some shopping and stuff we can do, and just have a blast there. We'll spend some time there like we do at Winthrop. So we're looking into other things. There's some other opportunities we have at the camp to be able to do some things like kayaking or rock climbing, or some of those other pictures that we saw on there. Their staff would be willing to let us use their facility for that, and so we just need to get a feel for, in the coming days, who's up for what, and I'll send out a list and an email of what exactly those options will be and prices, because they have to staff them at a separate rate than just what's all included in our stay. So it's kind of like, I think of it like when we would go tubing in Winthrop, we would pay an extra like $20 if we wanted to go on Friday, and everyone had to bring cash for that. And so if you want to do some extra things, we'll plan a day around that, and so we can have some free time used for like archery or free time used for kayaking or rock climbing or something like that. One of the cool things I was really excited about was it was rock climbing. So you rock climb up to this tower, and then included in it is zip lining off of it down to like, I don't know, wherever they have the end of it, but it's rock climbing up and zip lining out, and that was an opportunity that they said that they can do for us, so that looked really fun to me. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope that you guys aren't discouraged or bummed too much. I hope you're able to work through it at home with your family, but I know it's going to be different. I'm a little bummed that we're not be able to go to Mazama, but it's going to be okay. God has a plan. He's faithful to us, and we can trust that He is going to work in our lives. He's going to speak to us through His Word, and that we're going to have a good time. A few things on my list to do this week, and I hope that you're already thinking about some changes that we're going to be needing to make, is one thing on my list is to send out a new packing list, just for you to consider some different things, maybe some more shoes or more clothing or different clothing. Another thing is we're looking at needing to ask you guys to bring extra money for Saturday's lunch. We're going to need to leave Ocean Park at 12 p.m., so right at lunchtime. So we're going to need to be, the kitchen's going to need to be cleaned. Our rooms we're going to need to be out of there before noon. So on the way home, we'll find somewhere to stop, and just want you guys to know to bring some extra cash for lunch on Saturday, in addition to some other shopping that we might be able to do if you want to do any of that at like Long Beach or any other day trips. I think that's everything I've got on here. So the packing list, some extra money, obviously the other details like our schedule, the schedule of the day activities, all of that stuff I'm going to work out as soon as I can. If I'm missing anything, can you think of anything I'm missing? So that's everything. I hope that you guys are thinking maybe about some questions. Do you have any that I could try to answer?
There's one from Miss Kirsten Taylor, and she's asking, do we need to sign new waivers?
I was thinking about that today because our waivers do say that camp is going to be at Mazama Bible Camp, and I'll ask our elder board if they think that we'll need to reword that because we're not going there anymore, or I'll see if we can use the existing ones or not. But I'll double check because I know that it would be like the third one that you guys would have to do. So if we need to, then we will, but we'll see.
That's the only one that's there.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming and tuning in. I'm looking forward to camp. David had to get in there. And again, if you have any other questions that come up, please let me know, and I'll work on getting some of those other things to you guys. So thank you. Have a good night. Take care. I'll talk to you again later.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.